you don't consider that it belongs to someone else?
No. Your keys in my room, you asking for it. You don't leave your keys in someone's room when they've stolen cars before. Like, you asking for it.
So what do you think is going to happen when you happen to steal somebody's car that disagrees with that and decides that they're going to drop a hammer on you and prosecute you to the full extent of the law?
Then I do my time in jail. Jail ain't nothing. That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
She's talking about the audience, that they're laughing at her.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside?
That's my new favorite thing. It's so hilarious. Okay, hey, BOOZHOO. And welcome back to the Dr. Phil Show. The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO. And over here, looking just a little cuter than Dr. Phil. I should hope so. The lovely and the talented Natasha Ikadombushu. Say hello, sweetheart. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. And over here, the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadombushu, Michael. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Podcast, the live stream podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Here we discuss the sacred teachings of our ancestors. So come on, get serious, you guys. You gotta be like Wisani. BOOZHOO, Niji. Wisani's here. Hey, BOOZHOO, Wisani, gold star. Gold star for Wisani. And Daniel Black, silver star. That's right, silver star for Daniel Black. Hey, Daniel, BOOZHOO. American shows are so silly. I know, can you believe that? Dr. Phil, he just gets guests who look like him. I don't know why. I think it's a hoax, sweetie. No, not everything can be a hoax. I'm telling you. The CIA, they got that, the deep fake technology. They can make anybody look like anything. You can't trust it. But I could watch that every day for the rest of my life and just laugh. I love it. Hey, wake up, crew. Gosh Kozi, wake up. Gosh Kozi, BOOZHOO crew. This is the tribe called the BOOZHOO crew. Daylight in the swamps, as I used to say. Who else is here? Papa Wagosh. BOOZHOO Papa Wagosh. Papa Wagosh is here, sweetie. Hey, what's up, Papa? Wisani says, Jessica's awake. She was just posting on the farce book. The farce book. Yeah, where's Jessica? Here she is. I'm here with Wisani. Damn, trying to put me on blast for being late. That's right. Where were you, young lady? You know that's not our way. Oh, I was on Indian time. I stroll in when I'm fashionably late. Well, listen here, young lady. In this place, the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast, we run it like a boarding school. I want you to come up to the front of the class. I'm going to smack you on the knuckles with this ruler. And then you'll be sorry you were born native. Or whatever the point of that was. And, hey, Jim Dunn's here. Mino Giga Shabe. Jim's here, sweetie. Oh, good morning, Jim. And Grassroots Indians. Hoka hey. Grassroots is here, too. BOOZHOO graduates. Kaya Thunder, Mino Giga J, beautiful Shanabs. What's up, my sister? Yeah, so here we are. It's Friday again, huh, sweetie? Where did the week go? I don't know. Where did the week go? So many things I wanted to do. So many accomplishments I'd hoped to have by now. But no, I let it slip through my fingers. I wasted the whole week. What did we even do? We took some walks. Yeah. We did the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. Yeah, we did that. Nano Gisha good. It is the 5th day. Sunday. Why did I think Nano Gisha good was Sunday? I don't know. All right. Well, that's a typo. I was supposed to say Friday, but okay. Sorry, kids. You come here for spelling? That's how I spell Friday. It is Friday, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm losing tracks of days. Okay, hey, la la la. Jim asked, did you get your laundry done? Hey, Michael, did you get your laundry done? No, of course not. Hey, Michael, did you get a 2-hour nap in yesterday? Yes, of course. Yeah. No, he got that done. That's what I'm saying. All these goals. If you want to make any progress in life, you got to write down your goals. Every day you should have a to-do list. Today, like what's on our to-do list, sweetie? We got to do the podcast. Right? Let's, churn out another podcast. Blah, blah. Yeah, back in the days of grandfathers. What's your problem? And then we've got to record our radio show. Yep. Record our radio show. Do the same thing here, only no camera. I can wipe off all this makeup. And then we've got to, we should go buy some groceries. Yeah, go buy some groceries. Go for a walk. Clean the house. Pay the bills. Yeah. The list, it goes on and on. Never ends. You know? I'm going to put on my to-do list. Make a to-do list. I'm stressing out. I got anxiety. Do you? Not really, but I'm trying to work in the words. Oh, good one. Okay. I want to talk about something very serious today. The teachings of the Anishinaabe. Miigwech Wendam is gratitude. Miigwech Wendam. But so many people, we don't live our lives with Miigwech Wendam. We live our lives with Baba Mendam. Worry. That's the old word for anxiety. And I know I've said this before, but I want to talk about it again. This one, of course, I am not giving advice to my elders, Papa Wagosh. The rest of you punks are probably younger than me, so listen up. But this is mostly for the kids. If there's any kids who pop in here and you're kind of thinking, oh, wow. Every morning, man, I get so nervous. I got to quit drinking this coffee because I find myself, I worry about stuff, you know. What if I get into a fight at school? You know? What if I fail? What if I get into trouble? What if I get COVID? What if I get the vaccination and that turns me into a zombie? What if, you start to worry about stuff? You know? What if I get fired? What if I get sick? All these things you can worry about. But you can worry in one hand and you can poop in the other hand. What? Yeah, that's an old Confucius say. And see which one gets filled up first. Wait, that makes no sense. That makes 0 sense. But here's the deal. If you're finding yourself filled with worry, with anxiety, And you're nervous all the time. You don't want to. You get this feeling of dread. You go, oh, here we go. Friday, finally. Okay, because I get 2 days where I can take a break from being worried all the time. And what happens? You spend all weekend worrying. But the elders would tell us, they'd say, you know what? The antidote, the vaccination, the vaccine to worry is miigwetchi wendam, is gratitude. You can either have gratitude or you can have worry, but you can't have them both at the same time. Sometimes people, when they're first starting out, they'll go, okay, I'm going to start being grateful for stuff. And then I won't be so worried. And so they're grateful for 10 seconds, and then they go back to being worried for 10 minutes. And they go back to being grateful for 10 seconds, and 10 minutes worry. But eventually, what usually happens to people like my grandpa almost died a lot before he finally died. You know, he was in a war, you know, he got shrapnel, you know, somebody stepped on a landmine, could have killed him, but it didn't. And he had all kinds of gratitudes. Oh, wow. That's the weird thing. When something bad does happen, your elders will tell you that the first thing you go, oh, you feel so grateful that it wasn't worse. Oh, I was really lucky. They say if that bullet had been 1/10 of an inch to the left, I would have killed me. Instead of saying, oh man, I'm so unlucky I got shot. People go, oh, I'm so grateful it wasn't worse. So, you know, guy goes to war and gets shrapnel all up his leg and butt. And he's grateful that it didn't go into his head and his heart and his face, whatever. And he wasn't 5 feet closer where it would have just blown him up. He had gratitude. He couldn't worry about anything. He's too grateful. Then he gets home and he goes to work in the woods. This is a part of Anishinaabe history. People, we don't give enough credit to the, you know, people feel weird about it because they go, oh, you know, the white man came and cut down all the trees. It's like, yeah, except the Indians, you know, we did a lot of that too. And a lot of Anishinaabe people were loggers. And my grandpa was one of them, you know. You go live out in the swamp with all these loggers. And during the day, you work in the woods. And at night, you sleep in a cabin. You make pancakes. Whatever. But a tree fell on his head. And he was like, oh, I'm so grateful. I could have been worse. I could have killed me. Or was it a chainsaw that hit him? I don't even remember. You know, time and again, my grandpa kind of cheated death. Then he got old. I was like, oh, wow. Had a heart attack or something. And they found the, you know, the valve, blah, 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 medical stuff I never understood. You know, but what, you know, the surgery was a success. And he lived again. And then, oh no, this other thing. And he just kept cheating death over and over. And he lived to be old. After a lot of near misses. But I never got the impression that he was terribly filled with anxiety. You know, I never saw him pace back and forth going, oh no, what if I don't have enough money? You know, he seemed pretty kicked back because he had gratitude. So you ask yourself, Nanaboozhoo? Well, you probably don't ask yourself, Nanaboozhoo. So you're asking me, Nanaboozhoo, what can I do to have more gratitude? I'm sorry, I hear what you're saying. You're probably right. Well, just start small. Just look around the room and go, you know what? I'm so glad I got this bandana on my head. You know, my hair gets to my eyes. And looks cool with this feather. I'm so happy I have this feather. You know, I'm so glad I got this choker. I'm grateful for clothes. It'd be cold right now if we were naked, huh, sweetie? Yeah, cold and a little embarrassing. Yeah, exactly. I'd be embarrassed to be doing this podcast if I was naked. Although we'd probably get more viewers. You know. But, hey, speaking of the kind of viewers who'd want to see me naked, did you hear about old Don Lemon? Yeah, he's in all kinds of trouble for sexual harassment of a guy. Yeah, that was in the news again. But I'm like, yeah, we know. That happened a long time ago. But he might, I think he's getting me too'd by a dude. Anyway, does he have Miigwetchiwendam? Is he grateful for having a job on CNN where he can talk about stuff? And he can live in a country where he can marry a dude and be a rich black man? Or does he have Baba Mendam? Is he worried he's going to go to jail for doing this really creepy stuff at the bar? This guy's... who cares? I don't think anyone's surprised. What? You're kidding? Don Lemon's a drunken pervert? I thought that's fake news. I bet you believe in the moon landing. Well, but that's the trick. So I was thinking about, I learned a lot watching podcasts about 5 years ago. I had lots of anxiety and lots of depression. And that's the other thing, kids, If you have anxiety, you probably have depression too. They kind of come together. It's like salt and pepper. So depression is worrying about the past, and anxiety is worrying about the future. Depression, you can't let go of the past. You're still thinking about all the stuff that just happened, and it might be something happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So stupid, and you hate yourself for still hashing over it in your mind. Or all your disappointments in life. Because, you find yourself, I'm so worried all the time. I'm in so much trouble. I'm going to lose my job. I keep screwing up. Oh, now I'm depressed. That's the past and the future. It's terrible. But there's a way to get over all that. There's a lot of wisdom out there. A lot of Nabwakawin, huh, sweetie? Really? Yeah. So I'm going to lay down some stuff I learned. Did you want to go outside to do this? Should I? Yeah, it seems like an outside talk. All right. Well, do I have another Ojibwe word before I go? Oh, happy birthday. Let's do that later. Okay. Papago says, love your grandpa stories. I'm my own. Yeah. Miigwech. That's probably the one cross-cultural thing that's so true about Indian people is this relationship we have with our grandparents. A lot of Indian people have just a special connection to not even their parents necessarily, but the grandparents. And so, yeah, I like telling stories because people also are like, oh man, yeah, my grandpa's the same way. So, okay, yeah, let's go. Why don't you teleport me outside? And I'm gonna tell the kids the secret to happiness. Okay. We're gonna need the medicine wheel though. I can teleport that out if you need it. All right. Okay, I'm locking on. One to teleport. You ready to teleport? I sure am. Energize, sweetie. Teleporting. Energizing. Whatever. Okay. Hey. Hello. Hi, sweetie. Oh, good. You made it. Yeah, I did. The BOOZHOO crew's out here with me, too. Yeah, I teleported them, too. Oh. You should really get their consent before you just start teleporting them willy-nilly. I know, but whatever. Okay. Well, give me a call when you want me to pick you up. I will. Roger that. Over, out. Over and out. Over and out. Boop. All right. So. Oh, crap. I better ask the creator to help me say this well. Get your manadu. Udapanan niway asema. Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. Daga widuka wishin. Please help me. I'm in a way to speak well. Nungum. Today. And here we go. So I used to be really depressed most of my adult life. And I never liked to admit it. But I knew it. You know. I could see it in my drawings and the kind of songs I wrote. And my journal entries where I could never get over breakups. And every job was its own form of not just torture, but I was always scared. I was given a task that I didn't want to do in the first place, but I had to have because I was afraid of not surviving. I needed the money. And then as soon as I'd do it, every day I'd worry about getting fired, getting into trouble for something I might say, being late, screwing up somehow, And sure enough, everything I worried about came true. I did get fired. I did screw up. I did get into trouble. But worrying about it didn't help, defend anything. And I went through life trying to, is this it? Is this the condition of life? Were we born just to struggle and suffer and then die? What's the point? And I, like a lot of us, you start seeking out anything. You read the great books, you go to the religions, you study the philosophers, you study successful people. I think that's why we like rock stars. Like, okay, here's a guy who looks like he has a fun life. How'd you do that? Well, you got to believe in yourself, But it wasn't until I was probably in my late 40s when I finally think I figured it out. And I didn't figure it out, I just heard it from a couple of different sources. The simple truth came together. Okay, I'm going to need that medicine wheel. Bloop. Hello! Hi, sweetie. Can you do me a favor? Do you need the medicine wheel? Yeah, I do. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can somehow teleport it out to you. La da da. But I really don't want to destroy the fourth wall and the whole illusion of the show. I know, me either. Now let me see. What did we call medicine wheel? All right. Let me see. Can I magically? How can I do that in a fun way? How about we do this? Okay, I'm gonna teleport it. Okay, this is not gonna work, isn't it? Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay, watch this. Or yeah, do what you have to, sweetie. Okay. Let's see. I'm locking in on the coordinates. I'm gonna teleport the medicine wheel picture. 1 to teleport. Okay, sweetie. Roger that. Did that work? No. Okay. All right, one more time. Teleporting! That kind of worked. Okay. All right, anyway. So, medicine wheel. Mushkiki de Tibisade. Everything's in fours. So, first of all, if you're depressed and anxious, that stuff's real. Don't, I'm here to say, I hear you, buddy, sister. And it's a fight for your life. It's a literal fight for your life. When you're depressed, it's like, is it life? Is it Satan? I don't know. The dark forces are holding your head underwater, and you gotta fight for your life. So, I'm not going to mince words. I just want you to know I get it, and it's serious. Don't feel bad. Don't feel, I'm such a whiny, mamby-pamby little millennial. How can I be depressed? I have all my needs met. I got a really expensive phone. No, it's okay. Almost all of us get depressed at some point, and a lot of us get depressed for a long time. So what you got to do is you got to get super serious. You go, okay, from now on, I actually learned this from Joe Rogan, believe it or not. You got to pretend like you're the hero of a movie. And the movie just opened up and you're a loser. The house is a mess. You woke up all drunk on the floor. And, it's just empty bottles and cans, and your wife left you, you're unemployed, and you put the gun in your mouth, and you're like, you see a picture of your daughter, and you go, nope, I gotta work my way back, or something. The greatest stories are about the loser who wins his life back. So the movie just opened, and you're a loser. You're depressed. You can dance around it all you want, but sooner or later you get to a point where there's no excusing it. You go, okay, yep, here I am. I'm in the bottom of an abyss, of a pit, and I gotta get out. First thing you do is you take inventory. Everything's in fours in Indian way. So you look at your body and you go, okay, how's my physical body? What can I do to make that better? And write down, how is it? And how would it have to be for you to be better? So, I'm 20 pounds overweight. I drink too much, smoke too much. I never eat vegetables and I never exercise. Write that down. What would you have to do to be good? Well, I should go on a diet. I should lose 20 pounds. I should exercise more. Okay, how are you going to do that? When I get done with my to-do list, I'm going to go on a walk, and I'm going to throw away the cookies, and I'm going to eat that spinach up before it goes bad, and I'm just going to put some tuna on it, no dressing even, no bread, nothing. I'm going to start. Then you go, okay, how's my mental health? Well, I'm depressed and anxious. Okay, what do you think about? What's in your brain? Violent movies, COVID, the border, the fake invasion from Haiti, Gabby Petito, horrible stuff, vaccination, Afghanistan, whatever. Okay, what would you have to do to make your brain better? Well, I could shut off that stupid TV for one thing. I could write down a gratitude list. I could sort out, I could clean up my room, throw out all those, write down the bills, mentally. I could, get organized, write it down. Physical, mental, spiritual. What's my spiritual thing? Oh, I don't believe in God. I used to, but I haven't prayed in forever. And now I'm afraid of death. And I have all this grief about people that died because I think there's no heaven. What can I do spiritually? Try praying again. See what happens. Just try it. You might be surprised. The Bible's filled of stories of people coming back. Whatever your way is, I don't care. Get spiritual. Get away from material stuff. Quit shopping. You don't need it. Nothing. You don't need anything. Just sit outside for a second. Look up. Get spiritual. That's the other thing. You are a spirit. So allow yourself to just recognize that. Focus on that again. We get so materialistic. We pay attention to our body so much and our stuff that we forget that that voice in our head is our spirit. The thing that moves your body, and you don't have to say, hand, rise, It's just get in touch with your spirit. And then your emotions. What are your emotions? What are the emotions? Write it down. Are you scared or are you actually sad? Are you sad or are you actually frustrated? I used to think I was depressed a lot, and I was, but I was actually really fed up. My feelings of disappointment in life, never achieving anything, I got the girl in the end with Natasha. That was one thing I got. But for years, I was never the guy who got the girl. And I wasn't the guy who got a good job. And I never got the big break. My ship never came in. I kept on trying and everything failed. Oh, I'm going to be a cartoonist. Yeah. There's a poem once about, like, you remember in the winter when those great sweeps of snow go up only so far to the house and then stop short. Those are my dreams. You know, big movements and then stopping short. Hey, you're going to be in a band. You're going to record your songs. Your songs on the radio. And that'll be it. What? You know, I never quite made it anywhere. I thought I was depressed, but I was actually frustrated. Now I'm all rich and famous, so I can tell that, oh no, I wasn't depressed. I was just fed up with not being free to live my life the way I wanted to. Because I was worried about everything and stuck. I thought I was stuck. But this is what curing yourself from depression is, getting unstuck. You've been spinning your tires and you're in a rut. So, it's time. Oh, here's the other good news. So, you write down all the stuff you have to do to get yourself unstuck. Take some time, think about who you want to be, how you want to feel. Do you want to feel like somebody who's living their dreams, who's not worried about money, who has lots of love and community and, you know, or do you want to feel like somebody who's important and doing good? You know, be clear of what your goal is. And the great news is, with depression, you don't have to be all the way out of the hole before you start to feel better, before you win. When you're depressed, you're a loser because you've lost at the game of finding happiness. You know, in our way, we talk about humility. It's really important to have Dabadain Diziwan, to have humility. And if you're depressed, you've just been humbled. And that's good. The meek shall inherit the earth. Because they say once you're humbled, when you're so far down, you're so far underwater, you know, you really screwed up. You know, you're bouncing checks, you know, whatever. Lost your job, gonna go to jail, you know. But if you're so far down, that's where you finally hit rock bottom, which is a great Kiss tune. But it's also the place where you finally have solid ground to push off of. And just seeing progress in your life will clear the clouds so much. You don't need to have all your dreams come true. You just need to see progress. And you see it in like people who need to lose weight. And they're so depressed and, you know, 400 pounds, and it's just ridiculous. And everything about it, they're worried about their health and they're depressed about their life choices. But then they lose 50 pounds in 6 weeks. The depression's gone and the anxiety's gone. They're still 240 pounds, 340 pounds, whatever. They're still, by most standards, dangerously unhealthy and whatever. But it doesn't matter, because when you see the progress in your life, then you can realize hope. You go, hey, you know what? I just lost 60 pounds. I actually did that. At this rate, before I know it, I'm going to lose another 60 pounds, and then another, and then another. Time is going so fast. I bet you if I stay in this path, I'm going to be a thin person, a healthy person, and you know what? If I'm thin, I'll probably meet a girl, you know, whatever. Everything will get better. So believe it's possible, get to work, and good news is you can do it. You know, it took me 40 years and 2 weeks to figure it out. Meaning I didn't know it, and in about 2 weeks' time, I found the secret. And, you know, healing, grief relief is in there too. And it's fun to examine, you know. I mean, go ahead, look into Tony Robbins and whatever, the law of attraction if you want to. Because it's fun to hear the little wisdom stuff that people have learned for themselves. When they go, yeah, you know what? This is what works for me. I used to be a real loser. And then, here's one. Like, here's Tony Robbins. Because the problem with most people is that their blueprint doesn't match their life. You know, for some people, like with me, there were times when I had a job in a college recruiting Native American students, and I got to wear, I hated wearing this, but a tie and a button-up shirt, and khakis and dress shoes, and I worked with other people. We felt like yuppies, and I still didn't have that much money, but it looked like I was a rich guy because I drive a company car, you know, work in a college, and I hated it. Every minute I just wanted to go home. I was always scared of losing my job. Eventually did lose my job. Every task was just dread. I took zero pride in my work. Even though other people were proud of me. Like, oh, wow, you got a good job. You're helping Native Americans get into college. Good for you. And inside I'm like, ugh, I just want to go home and play guitar. I don't care if these kids go to college. What's that to me? Oh, you can help the people. Yeah, I don't know. You give me too much credit. I'm looking for number one. Me, numero uno. But to somebody else living that life, that would have been a dream come true. I taught Ojibwe language for 3 years at a small school that was mostly Native. Little charter schools, and 90% Native American kids. Highest paying job I ever had, summers off. And there are kids that go to college right now who are like, oh man, if I can just graduate from college, I'm majoring in Ojibwe language so that maybe one day I can have a job teaching Ojibwe. I'm like, here, take my job. I don't want it. Because it didn't match my blueprint. When I started doing this thing, that was a lot closer to my blueprint for my life when I was a kid. I wanted to, I never dreamed of being a stand-up comedian, but I always liked telling jokes and being funny. And I wanted to sing songs. And, I don't know. So here's the final thing I want to say about this before the song. Then you ask yourself, okay, so your life doesn't match your blueprint. I wanted to have a good job and, a wife and kids and a house and a new car. And I don't have, I'm divorced and kids hate me or whatever. Sometimes you can redraw that blueprint. And it's not like, I'm just going to draw it so I wanted to be in a dead-end job, that makes me get a vaccination or whatever. Okay, there are 4 things to consider when you figure out your plan, your life plan, your blueprint. The blueprint for your life, if it's built like this and you can do this, that's how you'll get to be who you want to be. First of all, let's say the white part of this medicine wheel. First part is, what do you love to do? Do you love to draw? Do you love to sing? Do you love to teach? Do you love to build forts? Do you love cars? Think about it, write it down. What do I really love doing? And then the second one, the red, so okay, well, I love to do, for me, I love drawing, and I love singing and playing guitar, and I loved making jokes, or humor, I guess. Okay. What do you love? Who do you love? Pick a group. And it shouldn't just be me, Do you love old people? Do you love kids? Do you love working class people? Do you love immigrants? Do you love students? Do you love animals? Do you love babies? Whatever. Now, the yellow, third one. Also for me, what do I love? I love kids. I guess I love all kids, but especially those little Indian kids. You know, a bunch of little savs. Number 3, the yellow. What is the group that you love? What's their problem? You know, everyone's got problems. You know, so you love babies. What are the babies' problems? Well, you know, there's a bunch of babies in Africa are starving to death. And I love gardening, so I'm going to go to Africa and build a garden, start a garden so I can feed the babies, or whatever it is. For me, I thought about those Indian kids, and it's like, well, you know what? They don't know their language, just like me, when I was a kid. They don't when they're little, they're still creative and like to perform and stuff. But the kids get real shy, really Indianish. They don't want to sing or act or be the public in front of attention, you know. And they don't know their language and culture, and their families are all broken up, and they're all growing up being gangsters. They want to be tough and break the law and call women hoes and use the N-word, you know. They want to let their big old pants sag off their butts still 30 years later. And then finally, fourth, the black part, you go, okay, how can I use the thing I love to do to help to address the issues, the problems that the people I love have? So for me, how can I use drawing cartoons, playing songs, telling jokes, playing with stuffed animals, kiss, playing with dolls, all this childish stuff, but being creative, basically. Being creative and being a performer and being funny. How can I use those skills and just those interests to help a reservation kid who doesn't know what anything about their culture? Because even the reservation kids growing up with their grandmothers, because mom and dad are both in jail, they're not necessarily learning anything. Grandma doesn't have time to teach the language. You know? I mean, I hate to call out grandmas right now, but we've all been leaning on our grandmas like, oh, thank goodness for the grandmas. They're the backbone of the community. They raise the children. It's like, yeah, well, they're kind of dropping the ball there. And it's not their jobs. Their jobs are their dads and their moms to teach the way. But a lot of the kids I knew, they didn't have parents. And they didn't have any good role models. I didn't want to be a role model, but a lot of people started giving me pats on the back. Oh, you're such a good role model. You know, these kids love you. So I got involved with helping little kids in different ways. You know, I guess it was Michael who made the comic strips that would teach Ojibwe. But before that, he was also writing children's books in Ojibwe and then going to classrooms to talk about cartoons. And he'd bring his guitar and sing about boarding schools and talk about his grandparents. Now the thing is, when I figured out that little thing, take what you love, figure out what you love to do, and don't be embarrassed. If what you love to do is play with Paul Stanley action figures, you'll figure out a way to help people with that, you know. I mean, let's hope you don't have that interest. That's mine. But figure out what you love to do anyway. Figure out who you love, because then you don't mind helping them, you know. If I wanted to help Hollywood, you know, oh, I sure want Netflix to do better. How can I make a show that would help bring money to Netflix? Oh, that's the other thing. When you line this all up in the medicine wheel, these 4 things, and you pray on it, put some tobacco out. Ask Kichimanadu. Say, look, if this is my path, you know, we're always saying, show me my path. I want to walk the red road. Well, the red road, everyone has their own red road. It's your life. And a good path for you is to develop, to live that blueprint you probably have. You kind of know who you want to be. And you get to be that person when you take what you love and you address. You don't have to fix it. You just address the problem that your loved ones have. And this has been your moment of wisdom by your Uncle NanaBOOZHOO. And, yeah. So I don't know. I just felt inclined to say that. I hope anyone who's struggling right now, because I know a lot of people are kind of struggling. It's a weird time. And I sort of feel like I need to share that, yeah, you know what? Things are going well for me. I'm not saying that to rub your face in it. Because there's nothing a depressed person hates more than a happy person. But I want to give you some hope that you can be happy and you can figure it out and it'll look different for you. But I transcended my anxiety and my depression, and I didn't have to fix every problem in my life. I had to pray on it, and then I had to see some progress. And get your mind to do it. Well, if it's your path, then watch the blessings start coming in. Pray on it. Say, you know, I don't want to be depressed anymore. Help me find the path that will let me leave this for good. I don't think I'm learning anything more. And I doubt that you just want me to cry around for the next 40 years. You know, 40. How long do I think I'm going to live? Yeah. So it's going to be all right. La 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 da da. Is Brandy Marie here? What am I looking at? I'm out in the thing. I better go back. Boop. Hello. Hey, sweetie. Well, hi, NanaBOOZHOO. Can you teleport me home? Sure. Hang on. I'm scanning for your coordinates. No. All right. One to teleport. Energize, please. Energizing. Wait. That was the wrong button. Oh, yeah. I screwed it all up, didn't I? Okay, hang on. One to teleport. Hey, baby doll. Hi, sweetie. Did you have a deep talk? I think I talked too much. Really? Yeah. I gotta learn to shorten that. I talked about how to get over depression, but there's just so much to talk about. I know. Well, anyway, so who's here? There's Brandy Marie. Bonjour, Brandy. Got your package yesterday, Meekwatch. Thank you once again. We really appreciate it. La la da 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 da. Wally Bear's here. Beam him over. I know. We're asking for trouble by trying to get too fancy. I know, huh? So here's a song, just to change everything, that, you know, this is sort of an example of putting everything together on the path, of the new. So my blueprint when I was a kid, I just wanted to be happy, but I also wanted to be kind of a rock star. You know, I wanted to make music and do cool stuff. And when I started doing stuff in the Ojibwe language, then doors started opening. People started taking an interest. I get invited to a class, going, hey, did you draw a cartoon with Ojibwe? Well, yeah, I sure did. It's called Gibberish. Got a little alien. Oh, that's cool. You should come to my class, you know. So here's a song about Leech Lake. Gazagasquajamakag. And up next, the lovely and the talented. Oh, are you done? Yeah, I think so. Natasha. So let me just say, Miigwech Bizendawiag. And this is Leech Lake. And up next, Natasha. Don't go away. So I wrote a song about Leech Lake, how to say it in Ojibwe. Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica. It's fun when you sing it. Now Natasha's gonna bring it. Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica. Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Lindonjibwa. Oh, wow. Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Lindonjibwa. Oh, Gazagasqua Jamaica, Gazagasqua Jamaica. La 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 la, do 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 do. Please like and share. Oh, hi everybody. Do 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 do. So what's going on? BOOZHOO. Joseph's here. Hey, Joseph. Joseph's here, sweetie. Hey, BOOZHOO, Joseph. Welcome to the show. And Wally Bear, the Leech Lake Eagle staff in that picture was carried by my cousin Larry. Oh, no kidding. We got a family spotting. That's what I love about powwows. You're always like, hey, that's my cousin. Every Indian show ever, there's always somebody who's like related to somebody. And hey, you know what? That was my cousin. My grandma Leona. Her cousin was Floyd Red Crow Westerman. He was the oldest guy in Dances with the Wolves. I know, we tease the Dakota a lot, but I'm actually part Dakota. But my grandma was cousin, she was a Westerman. And, yeah, so that was our claim to fame. La 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 la, ha ha. Oh, Papa Ghost says, Natasha, she can Bidoon. Bring it. That's right. Bring it on. Hey, Missy's here. Well, good morning, Missy. How are you? Cousin Missy's here, sweetie. Okay, BOOZHOO, Missy. BOOZHOO, mistletoe. I mean, Missy. And Jessica says, Joseph, there was also a guy who joined the group last week and immediately posted a bunch of really preachy posts. That ruffled some feathers. But he left the group now. Yeah. You know, there's some people, there's even one guy who I really like, who I'm always like, yeah, preach it. But once in a while, he'll put in a one of those Facebook posts where you click it, and it's like you just keep scrolling. I'm like, how long? Nobody's gonna read your 10-page diatribe. You gotta. How about a little editing? Say what you need to say. I can't read. I don't have the attention span to read like long posts anymore. That's what the memes are for. But yeah, it's so interesting. I don't know. I just assume that everybody who comes to the show and the BOOZHOO crew shares like my exact same feelings about everything. And I assume like nobody who watches the show is part of the horde or the sheeple. And so it always surprises me when I see evidence. How they're saying they're trying to divide and conquer us and that everybody's fighting? Well, part of me, I started thinking, well, are they really? Or is the news just saying everyone's fighting in the streets? Maybe we're actually all pretty respectful. I don't know, in my world. This is Minnesota, though. But, like, we just don't... Nobody fights over politics. Like in Minnesota, if there's an issue that somebody may disagree with you, you just never bring it up. I don't remember the last time I had a debate about anything with a Minnesotan. Not abortion. When you find somebody who agrees with you, then it's like, hey, let's talk about this thing we both agree on. Isn't it crazy? The transgender story hour? Oh, I know, I hate that. But if your friend is like transgendered, you just don't talk about it. You don't want to, hey, how do you feel about pooping with little girls? You don't bring it up. It'd be rude. And so, anyway, Papa goes, hey, I'm old. So I tell long story. I'm not talking about you. Why'd you think I was talking about you? Yeah, I was talking about you, Papa gosh. Come on. Too long. But he's good. But it's not just you. There are other people doing it too. Grew up reading, not texting, so I spell the whole words. Yeah, you can tell Papa Wagosh is from a much more literate time. I bet you wrote love letters to your girlfriends in high school, didn't you? I don't think kids write love letters anymore. They just send emojis. I grew up in a time where you still wrote letters to your sweetheart. Dear Winnie Mouchane. Huh, sweetie. Yep, those were the good old days. You don't sing me love songs. I sing you love songs all the time. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember the lyrics. You don't buy me flowers. You hardly talk anymore when I come home at the end of the day. Yeah, that's Neil Diamond, man. Neil Diamond. You're coming to America today. What was a good Neil Diamond song, though? Sweet Caroline. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good. I am inclined, bum, 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 to believe they never would. Ooh. Neil Diamond. Rest in peace, Neil Diamond. Is he dead? I don't know. I assume so. His career is. Yeah. If you're still living, Neil, thanks for the memories. But if you're dead, rest in peace. Who was the other person I thought? Oh, Barry Manilow. He's alive. Yeah. We did a whole bit where we were talking about, remembering, Barry Manilow posthumously, and turns out he's alive. What? I can't keep all these celebrities straight. Yeah, me either. La, 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 do. Dude. Note in the locker. Exactly. You'd fold up a note. Maybe even tape it so nobody reads it. Slide it through the little air vent. You ever notice that? They had to put air vents in the lockers. Yeah, I think that was for the nerds. Yeah. So when you like shoved a nerd in a locker, they wouldn't suffocate. They actually designed the lockers to have a little air vent. Because your papers don't need it. They don't have air vents on briefcases. That was just for the bullying and the bullied and the bullies. It was a simpler time when you could just throw somebody in the locker. La la la. Papa Goy says he's 80, not dead. Yeah, I know. Oh, what a relief. Well, soon enough. I want to go see the Stones now. Why? I want to go on tour to see if, maybe this show, the next one will die. Because Charlie Watts dropped dead. Yep. I want to be at the show where Mick Jagger finally is like, oh, I can't get no. And then he just dies. I was like, oh, yay! He's dead. And I was at that show. I wanted to just keep watching the Rolling Stones until they're just down to one person, just a bass player. He doesn't even sing. It's like, well, everybody else died. So it's just me left. Whoever the bass player for the Stones is. Bill Wyman? Is that his name? Who cares? Keith Richards? Yeah, my walking skeleton. La la la. Is Wayne Newton still kicking? Well, Missy thinks he is. Missy, you're such a dork. Why would you answer that? Nobody cool would know anything about Wayne Newton. And Missy's like first, oh yeah. Well, I'm his biggest fan. I got all his albums. Wayne Newton. I think Ozzy Osbourne's going to be the next one to die. Yeah, he's not looking so hot. Crazy. Yeah, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as fools. Maybe, no, it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. I thought we were going to play Never Coming Back Here Again. I was thinking about it, but now we're out of time. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. Tomorrow say we can still be friends. But I'm never coming back here again. I think for our last show, we should do that. That'll be our last song. But not today. Nope. Sorry, you guys. I just want to... What we learned today? We learned that today is not Sunday. It's Friday, the 5th day. Nano keys are good. And we also learned that... Oh, yeah, we gotta do this one first. Gigamina wanna go see Dibishka. 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 Happy birthday! Is anybody's birthday? Missy said, I did also. Grandma Tootie adored it. Did she really? Tootie. Of course she would. Grandmas have terrible taste in music. Gigamina wanna go see Dibishka. Gigamina wanna go see Dibishka. Gigamina wanna go see Dibishka. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Joseph. Everybody worship. Everybody worship Joseph. Everybody wish Joseph a happy birthday. Is it Joseph's birthday? It is now. Happy birthday, Joseph. Hope you have a great day. I don't think it is, but whatever. Gigamina wanna go see Divishka. Happy birthday to you. And with that, I think that's all the time we have for today. Unless you want to add anything. No, that's pretty good. Tell them to come back tomorrow. Okay. Well, tomorrow's our special Saturday show where we're going to teach the word for floor washing day. Oh, sweetie. Yeah. And, Michael, do you want to say anything? Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, thanks for watching. Giga, what is it? Miigwech, Ganawabi Egg. Thank you for watching. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO. Okay, miigwech. This is Michael Lyons. Thank you so much. And I will see you again. Giga Baby doll, can you do me just this one favor? What do you want me to do? Could you lock on and teleport me away? I need some more coffee to teleport me to the kitchen. Okay, one to teleport. See you tomorrow. Energize! Yeah, all right.
Tomorrow I'll say we can still be friends, but I'm never coming back here again. This is Never Coming Back Here Again by Michael Lyons.
I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. Tomorrow I'll say we can still be friends, but I'm never coming back here again. I was caught for 3 long years, lost in the thoughts of a young man's fears. I cannot swim in a sea of tears. I found you out and then I disappeared. Now I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. I'm never coming back here again. And so it comes down to this: one sad parting farewell kiss, goodbyes in this morning's mist. What's mine is yours, but what's yours is his. So I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. I'm never coming back here again. Oh, oh, I'm never coming back here again. This is it